Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome, Monique. Good morning. I'm Naketa Thigpen. To all of you who are new this morning, it's Monday morning and it's an exciting day to be awake. You are here. Oh, I am focused. I love your handle. Good morning, go through it. Good morning, Julia. I want everybody coming in this morning because we're on rapid fire this Monday morning for 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. If you would do me a favor and type in what is your number one objective today? What is your number one priority today? Is another way to say it. Put in there, just type it in. What's your focus for today? Is your focus to just get through another Monday? Is your focus to win $1 million today? Good morning. Oh, awesome. Oh, Marguerite. I know who you are. I love that. Yes, thank you. I'm glad that you're getting ready this morning. So your focus is to get your run in this morning in addition to all the amazing things you have to do with clients, I'm sure. Good morning, Monique Eversley. Welcome. 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. We're just going to give everyone about 30 seconds to join us this morning. Hopefully you have your tea. Marguerite, you're putting on your sweats and getting ready to hit the road to go out and do whatever you're about to do out there in the wonderful dark world that's going to be beautiful because your light will be in it. Make significant progress. Too vague? Yeah, too vague. Definitely go through it. Too vague. Be very specific. What is your number one objective today? Don't tell me your to-do list. What's your number one thing you have to get done? Monique says to make it to Maryland safe to start your vacation. Yes, please get there safe. That is definitely a priority. Monique, did you hit the road yet or you're about to hit the road? I know yesterday you were talking about leaving early, but you had some clients to take care of this morning as well. Definitely 9 a.m. Okay, so you have some time. So this is great. This is a perfect wake up for you. 4 hours early to really, truly get prepared. This one is going to hit you guys in an awesome way. I'm excited this morning. And I have my green tea. I hope you have something as well this morning. All right. Finish writing, edit, and editing media. Yes, definitely. I see that. Someone's giving me hearts, which is giving me energy. Yes, please tap this screen. Give me energy. I need it this morning too. I am full of energy this morning, and I'm not quite sure why, because for whatever reason, the Holy Spirit would not let me sleep all night. But I'm awake, so that is the most important. Yes, tap it up, even if you're watching the replay on Periscope, not on YouTube. I did have someone ask me why they couldn't give hearts on YouTube. That's because, my friends, that's downloaded, so you can't do it. But if you watch it in the first 24 hours on Periscope, you can still share the love and give hearts. Welcome, everyone who's joining this morning. What I asked all that are here that are able to do it, because I know some of you are watching from a desktop, from the web view, so you may or may not have commenting ability. But if you do, type in the screen, what is your number one objective or your number one priority, however you would like to process that this morning, because I want to make sure that I can motivate you to get it done. All right, let's jump right in. So, you ready for this? I don't know if you're really ready for this. Are you ready for this, Jelly? I don't know if you're really ready for this, Jelly. All right, that was a bad imitation. It's Monday. It's, funny is not my strong point. Anyway, so I have been thinking and processing. I write out everything that we're going to talk about for the next 3-4 months, kind of in general. Thank you. I write everything out, but I truly do pray over every single topic, and I make sure that it's in alignment with the Spirit of God, so that I'm giving you what you need, not just what I want to give you. In my business, I'm going to give you what I want to give you based on research for what you need. But for 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough, I'm going to give you what the Holy Spirit tells me to give you. So hopefully that is in alignment with what you want to receive. And if it's not, you're in for a rude awakening this morning. We're going to talk about your flaws. Yep, I said it, flaws. All those not so great things that people have either told you about yourself, or more importantly, things that you've perceived about yourself. I'll start with me first. You always have to be the first partaker. So one thing that has always been a small flaw, which I have learned to fold into my personality, is I talk with my face. Good morning, honey. Gets money. I saw you Saturday on Dr. Sims. Woo! Welcome. Thank you for joining. People are typing in their number one objective this morning. Honey gets money. They're putting that in there. Hi, Anna. My friend Anna Banana's here. That's my sister friend. Welcome. All right, I'm staying focused. I'm not going to talk to the chat for just like 2 minutes, so don't mind me not engaging, okay? You guys, if new people join in, you tell them to write in their number one objective and their priority this morning, because I'm going to stay focused, because that's what I have to do this morning. So anyway, my number one thing growing up is I talk with my face, and anyone who knows me knows that I talk with my hands, which if I sit on them, you can kind of sort of control that. But most of me, I don't have a poker face. So you know if I'm happy, sad, frustrated, irritated, you know all that. What you don't know is when I'm angry, because I have a very poor affect with that. I actually start to smile. The angrier I get, my affect completely goes psycho, and I just start smiling. So when I'm irritated, I look irritated. But when I'm angry, I really don't look angry. I look like I'm laughing at something, because I'm really laughing at the fact that I'm probably about to trip out right now, and I'm trying to hold it back, and I'm talking myself out of it, which is very, very rare for me to get there. Yes, go through it. I know you know that face. That's my husband. For any of you who don't know that, when you see him typing, he's telling all the business, so don't read into that too much. Not too much. But I have a poor affect. So what happens is I make all these faces that tell a story of my life, even when I'm not necessarily trying to share whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And I make really crazy faces. If my husband ever does, he's the VP of our communications and the president of our company. If he ever does like a video of all these weird faces I do on videos and in pictures, it will look crazy, because I do make a lot of special faces. And I've been teased about that most of my life. So after a while, probably around 16, 17, I just kind of started to accept it. Like, well, this is just me. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. Kind of like with a teenage attitude. But then I started to be very subconscious about it. Like, it was very superficial in the way that I accepted it. I said, oh, I know. This is just me. But I didn't really truly feel that way. I started to be really subconscious about it. Funny. I saw that. Wait for the outtakes. Yeah, okay. You wait to be sleeping on the couch. How about that? Write that down. Anyway. But with all of that, good morning, Trudy. I just really had a hard time with it. So I had to really pray over it, because I started to look at every single picture, every single video, every single thing that I did. And I started to be very subconscious about it. If I was sitting in a meeting about to do a pitch, I wasn't nervous about the pitch. I was nervous about how my face was and how I was being read or how I was being perceived. And that really jumped in as a barrier for me. It was a barrier for my ability to focus, a barrier for me to balance, a barrier in my relationships, because I was always very subconscious about the way people would perceive me, instead of focusing on whatever it is that I had to think about for myself. So I challenge you to think this morning, what is a flaw that you had that you thought you were just like, oh, this is me, this is fine, it's not a problem, I've accepted my curves, I've accepted the way I talk, I've accepted my list, I've accepted whatever it is that you have going on that you say you've accepted, but you really haven't, and subconsciously you're walking around with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. I had an opportunity this weekend, and I praise God for it. A young lady reached out to me, direct message on Twitter, and I hope that you're here. I'm not going to throw your name out only because we were talking about some confidential stuff, but I'm so grateful that she reached out to me. It was such a blessing for me to be able to help. And she reached out because of this 5 a.m. wake and breakthrough, something that I did not create, something I wasn't even thinking about doing until I received a download to do it. So I'm very grateful on all accounts to have done it and to put it together and to commit to you guys for a year, Monday through Friday, to get it done. But when she reached out, she was really struggling because she felt unfulfilled in her career and she couldn't figure out what was wrong. She's technically in the field that she wants to be in, which is technically connected to her purpose, but not in a direct way. And she was really wrestling with that. So under my corporate hat, we do a lot of conversations around retention and disengagement and all those different things from a company perspective of how to make sure your employees are very well balanced at work and the things that they can do to make sure they get the best out of their leaders and out of their employees. But that was like 30% of her challenge, that her company is not challenging her enough and allowing her to use her skills. 70% of her challenge is that she was unfulfilled because she couldn't see a direct alignment with everything she was doing, and she was looking at her company and the work she was doing as flawed work. She had to really see how to fold in what she was doing to her purpose. So until God directs her somewhere else or puts her in a different place, she could at least find a way to be more fulfilled in that work. After we broke it down, and of course this is literally all through 140 characters, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, she was able to see how her work would actually allow her to be more directly connected if she used the skills that she was acquiring from that work and really, exponentially 10x'd it. Really made it work for her in a better and consistent way. She had to fold it in. The other option she had would be to just fix it, i.e. quit. Obviously with a plan, don't quit without a plan, but to leave. She could fix it that way. I could choose to fix my faces for my little tiny example of a flaw that has plagued me for my entire life, and say, okay, I'm going to really work on looking at someone else's and changing my affect to look. And you can do that. You can really work really hard. Actors and actresses do it all the time to change the way they look and to change the way they're perceived. And if you play around with it a lot, that's right, 10X community, 10X focus, you're missing out if you're not a part of it. That was a nice call to action. Go through it. Good job. If you're really focused on trying to mimic someone else, you can truly start to be them. But then what are you missing out on you and all the things that God has for you? You're missing all of the great personality traits that you have to add to this world, all of the great skills, talents, and gifts that you have to get. So I was reading something last week that's just been sitting in my spirit about territory. And it's in Luke 12. Don't ask me the specific verse because I can't remember. But it's really about having an I must intention. So I asked you all this morning, what is it that is an objective for you, your priority? What is your I must intention today that you need to use your flaws? You catching it? Use your flaws to either help you get there or check your flaws, as in fix them, if it's preventing you from getting there. So if your flaw is fatigue, laziness, gotta call it what it is. If you are scattered because you're multitasking, and that's not a real thing, by the way. Science has proven you don't really multitask. You're just switching, and you're taking concentration off of one thing to go to another when you're multitasking, as we were all raised and told this is what you should do to survive. You're really not. Procrastination. Thank you, Trudy. Honey gets money. Same thing. All right. Procrastination. So if that is a flaw, you can fix it or fold it. Let me give you a quick tip. I have a theory about procrastination because I am truly a procrastinator, and I know my husband would totally agree with this. What I've learned to do is make procrastination work for me. So instead of the anxiety you get when you wait to the last minute for everything because of everything you have going on in your life, and you just put it down, put it to the back. Well, you have to start making it work for you. So the anxiety and stress isn't helpful, but procrastination does work for you if you're good at it. If you're someone like, this is me, because I'm a nerd, I'm an academic, I'm creative as well, I'm that analytical creative person. Procrastinating has always been a catch-22 for me. I hate the way I feel when my back is against the wall, but I'm really good at it. So if I have a 10-page paper and I hate waiting to the last minute and I hate the anxiety and the buildup and all those things, and Anna, I know you know what I'm talking about because you've been in school all my life and I know you understand these 10, 20, 30-page papers. But when you do that and you actually ace it anyway, technically, what's preventing you from doing that same behavior again? You're going to wait 2 years, 2 months from now, you said you're at your best when your back is against the wall. That's exactly right. You do it. You don't like how it makes you feel, but you're really good at it. So there's a part of you that's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it anyway. So why take 2 weeks to write the paper when I could just wait till the 25th hour and get it done anyway? I'm still gonna ace it, even though you put your body through stress, and your mind and your heart and your family and friends and everyone around you. So what you do is you play off of that weakness, that flaw, and you fold it in to your life. The hardest thing about doing something is typically planning for it. How am I going to lay it out? If it's a paper, if it's a project, if it's cleaning the house, if it's redesigning something, it is crazy, Anna. It totally is crazy. You have to start playing with it. So what I'll do is I'll get a notepad. I carry around my little book almost everywhere I go. And I'll just dump. I brain dump into it. It is free. It is very freeing. Go through it when you get out in front of it. It's very true. So get out in front of it by just put it on a piece of paper. Just write down whatever thought you have. I'm going to redesign this bedroom so that the dresser's on the left and the TV's on the right. Whatever it is. This is the subject for the paper, and this is kind of where I'm thinking of going with it. Bullet points. You're not writing for anyone. You're writing for yourself. No one is reading this. It's totally private. Just dump it. But what you did is you've activated your mind consciously and subconsciously to start processing it. So now you're working on this paper, this project, this design idea, whatever it is, you're actually starting to put it together bit by bit. And depending on how much time you have from the initial moment you realize you have this project to do and the time you actually are going to get it done, absolutely, Julia, it's a mental processing. Absolutely. You've literally started to like drop seeds of work, and you're cutting it down, and you're putting effort into it. It's kind of the same, Marguerite, you may be able to speak to this for running. When you first start running, everything negative in your mind that you can think of jumps in. And you're constantly like, I don't know. But you have to first visualize yourself running. If you can see yourself running, after time, little by little, you start walking more. Maybe you just start by stretching more, and then walking more, and then walking faster, and then jogging and walking and jogging and walking, and then running. That theory behind procrastinating and making it work for you works the same way. You jot something down, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. You're planning it out, even if it's a tangible project that you're having to work on, like redesigning a room. I'm just throwing that out random. But even if it's that versus a paper or project, you're doing it. So now that the 25th hour has come, actually 45 to 50% of the hard part of the work was done, which was the planning. Now you can look at whatever you wrote down, organize the ideas, and you can go hard. So you've removed a lot of the anxiety and stress that would normally be there because you never touched it. You never activated it before. So now you've activated it. It's a great way to fix procrastination. Try it. Yes, Marguerite. That's right. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Absolutely. It definitely does work. And for go through it, yours came up really fast. I couldn't really read it while I was, string of thought talking. But as a writer, that's important for you too, because that is his main gift. He's really good at a lot of things. I'm not just saying it because he's my husband and I want him to be really nice to me on Monday. So my week is fabulous. But because he is a writer and that's his best gift, that's his core anointed gift, quite honestly. Because of that, he always has to stay out in front of it and put the ideas out, even if he's not really sure where he wants to go with the story or with the copy or marketing or whatever it is he's working on. So I challenge you all to do that. You were referring to a today list, going to try the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, absolutely. I think you can apply that to a few things, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that off air. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, everybody. I'm trying to stay focused. Yes, Balance Being Podcast. We actually talk about this. I do an empowerment moment. Mint is for I need to, M-I-N-T, not M-E-N-T. And I did talk about this on one of the Balance Being podcasts. We do it at the very end of every single episode, which airs weekly on Thursday. My call to action is not to sell you anything ever. It's to make sure that I continue to give to you so that you're growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and getting tangible tools that you can use in your day to literally infuse balance in your life and business. That's my priority and my goal with every 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. So from here, You just simply watch a Balance Beam podcast. That's all I ask. And enjoy it and comment and like and share it. That's it. And go through this, putting everything up. It's available on YouTube at Thigpen Media, SoundCloud at Thigpen Media, and soon to come, as soon as they approve the podcast preview to make sure it's no illicit content, on iTunes at Thigpen Media. Everything will be there. All right, if you have questions, continue the conversation with me. I will be on social media for at least the next 10 or 15 minutes. So you can join me in the Breathe Room on Facebook and comment it. You only get to join the Breathe Room if you're part of the 10X Focus community, by the way. And you can go to the website at thigpro.com to do that. Or feel free to do hashtag Ask Naketa on Thigpro, and I'm more than happy to continue the conversation throughout the day. And if you have any other questions, it's really easy. I'm not hard to find. Google, it's up there. I'll see you later. Thank you, Trudy. Thank you, everyone, for having 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough with me this morning. Woo! Drink your tea. Enjoy your day. Marguerite, have a great run. Enjoy the balance of your day, everyone. Talk to you soon.